our final award for today, the John Von Hemert Award, will be introduced by our VOL Secretary, Lynn Cole.
It's my great pleasure to introduce our next speaker to present our next award. Just very briefly about the Von Hemert Award. It was established in honor of the late Reverend John O. Von Hemert, who was a rector of St. James Episcopal Church in Louisa. And I am a very proud member of that church, although Reverend Von Hemert had left before we started attending there. His legacy lives on. We hear about John and his family all the time, and all that they did for this community. He was also the founder of the Louisa Resource Council, which has been mentioned here today. And this award is presented each year to one or sometimes more than one outstanding community volunteers in recognition of Reverend Von Hemert's volunteer spirit. So today it's my pleasure to introduce Reverend Von Hemert's son, Tom. Following in his dad's footsteps with his own type of ministry, he works with the criminal justice system, bringing new programs to the greater Charlottesville area. He's also on the board of Shrinemont, which is an Episcopal Church retreat, and assists with the high school rowing team. Please welcome Tom Von Hemert.
It is an honor and pleasure to be here. I have to say that from the outside, from Charlottesville, where I live, to Richmond and throughout the community, Louisa is so incredibly admired right now. If you think back, you could ask anybody that lives in the United States, where were you on September 11th, 2001? That was a horrible tragedy. On August 23rd at 1:58, everybody in this room knows exactly where they were at. Okay, I was in Staples. And I'm not going to have my epitaph say, died in Staples. I've got to get him out of there. So I cannot imagine what you've gone through as an individual, as your family, as a community. But Delegate Farrell is so right. You all do rock. You all have come together as a community, and you are recognized by so many people throughout the Commonwealth about how you have come together and led this community to heal itself. I know there's a lot of hurt, not just with the physical buildings, but also the stresses within the families and your businesses, within the schools. And you have come together. And that is the real honor of your community. And that's what the Louisa community is all about. And that is just so admired and honored by the Commonwealth, by everybody around this country. So to you, I say thank you. I'm honored to give an award under my father's name. This year's Von Hemert awardee has been actively involved in various community activities for many years. You used to use the term volunteering machine for this award, as thousands upon thousands of hours have been provided to the Louisa community through their volunteer efforts. As charter members of the Lake Anna Rescue Squad, they were involved in much of the planning efforts for the organization. He has been an emergency vehicle driver since 1998. She joined in this capacity shortly thereafter. She was also the historian and communication chairperson and served on the hospitality and fundraising committees and chaired the Emergency Medical Services annual picnic for several years. He has held various officers' positions, including president, secretary, and treasurer. They have also been involved as the charter members of the Louisa Volunteers of Louisa. He was one of the community leaders who was instrumental in the organization obtaining its corporate and nonprofit status in 2002. He served as the board director and treasurer for many years. She served as a secretary and was a historian, creating many of the early history scrapbooks and assisted with the annual reception each year. They have also been active with the Lake Anna Civic Association, where he served as secretary and treasurer. She was the association historian and hospitality chairperson, planning and often catering their social events. They have both been active recruiters for the organization. They also delivered food for the homebound folks through Java's Home Delivered Meals program. Having retired from the federal government, he wanted to stay involved in ways that would help his fellow retirees. He served as president for the National Association of Retired Federal Employees, Louisa Chapter 2065, and currently serves as the Area 8 Vice President, Virginia Federation of Chapters. She served as a historian and secretary and handled the program's development for this organization. Also interested in the environment issues, they were both heavily involved in the Louisa County Clean Community Commission. He served as the Jackson District Representative, and she as a historian and the Board of Directors Secretary. They have also maintained a 4-mile stretch of Adopt the Highways roads. The local politician arena has also benefited from this dynamic duo. He has served as the Chief Poll Officer of Jackson District for many years and chairs the electoral board. She served as the Board of Directors for the Louisa Republican Committee and was a member of the Lake Anna Republican Committee. He also served as the Lake Anna Advisory Committee and the Louisa County Planning Commission. The accomplishments of this couple are simply awesome. It is my pleasure and my incredible honor to present this year's Von Hemert Award to Bill Martin, recognizing all the efforts of Bill and his late wife, Gail.